Welcome to episode 319 of SCR's Live Updates. I am your host, Nick Kremydas, and I've got a few updates for you today. It's the first of a brand new month. We just got our update from Puxatawny Phil. Did I say that right, Mike? And he did not see his shadow a couple days ago, which means that we will have an early spring. But don't put away your winter wear just yet, because I did a little research. Right? We're always kind of digging behind the scenes. We have to deconstruct the news, and I found out that that Phil, this groundhog, is wrong actually 60% of the time. And I guess if I was wrong 60% of the time in Las Vegas, I'd be out in the Nevada desert somewhere too, living in a hole. But springtime weather is always right around the corner in South Carolina, and even our winters are going to be better than most spring times in other states. So we're excited about what the spring holds. I think officially winter ends in March. March 19th, I think, is winter solstice or something like that. I can't keep up with all of that stuff. But if you enjoy the outdoors, then you know South Carolina has great activities to offer year-round, regardless of the weather, regardless of your interests. There's always something fun to do in South Carolina, which is why we're still one of the top move-to states in the country. And I believe last year we were the number one move-to state, according to a couple of different sources. So that just kind of builds on to the momentum that we've got here in South Carolina, creating jobs, bringing economic opportunity, which all means increased need for housing in our state. So I've got a couple of quick updates for you today. And first I wanted to start by saying thank you. Thank you to the almost 300 realtors that attended Capitol Conference last week here in Columbia. We had a tremendous event where we networked with our elected officials, networked with our appointed officials. One of the most popular panels at Capitol Conference always is the session with our members of the Real Estate Commission to hear the latest and greatest there. We heard from our chief lobbyist, Lindsay Hutto, and we had a great evening with our elected officials. The House had a great turnout from the House. The Senate, unfortunately, stayed in session until almost midnight the night of our reception, so we missed out on that. We missed out on seeing a number of our senators, but we did have a few come by, and it was a great opportunity to talk real estate issues and thank them for their support of home ownership. You see, I'm still in my purple, right? I got my purple RPAC shirt on today. Here, you know, you're going to see a lot more of these RPAC shoes all across the state. Already 100 members have them on the soles of their feet, and we're planning to go all purple when we attend our Hill visits in Washington, D.C. a little bit later in May. If you want to have your purple chucks for the mid-year meetings, RLM is what they're called now, the Realtor Legislative Meetings in D.C., make sure you contact Lewis. I think there's an April deadline to have the shoes in on time, and he can tell you what you need to do to get your own pair of purple RPAC shoes. And in case you missed my last couple of updates, there's a reason why we're wearing purple. We're not, when we talk about politics, when we talk about realtors in our business, we're not talking about the red party or the blue party and the problems that we know that our Congress is dealing with, that our State House is dealing with. We're about purple solutions. When you mix red and blue, you get purple. So now you know, you're in the loop. So get your own purple shoes, and Lewis can tell you what you need to do to get those done. So We've got another big event coming up. This is coming up next month, coincides with International Women's Day, March 6th and 7th in Charleston at the Wild Dunes Resort on the Isle of Palms. We will host our third women's conference with an array of speakers and networking opportunities. This event is open to all members, and if you haven't attended one of our past women's conferences, number one, they sell out. So if you have not registered, if you haven't secured your hotel room, you've got until this Friday to do so. Otherwise, you lose the early bird rate, and the room block disappears. So this event always sells out. I don't see this being an exception this year, so please jump in early. Mike, if you can put the registration link in the comments, we need all of our members there. But if you've never attended one in the past, I promise you that you'll be attending one of the most energy-filled, invigorating, inspiring events that we host. Our first two events were among the highest rated events that we've ever hosted as an association, and we're excited to be hosting again this year. Different location this year. Will be down in the Charleston area. Look forward to seeing you there. The last thing today is a bit of news from our national association. Last week there was quite a bit of breaking news on the communications front. NAR launched a series of, basically launched a new I've lost my train of thought, Mike. They've launched a new public relations effort, PR effort, and y'all are all familiar with the "That's Who We Are" tagline. They've launched a new series of "That's Who We Are" commercials and ads that you can share on your social media and other channels. You'll be seeing these on TV and on social media in the coming weeks. They're really, really good. I love the message. I love the theme. So check it out. I think you'll really be proud of these commercials, and share them with your sphere of influence. NAR is also responding to a lot of the information that's being put out by some of these real estate outlets regarding the impact of these lawsuits, these class action lawsuits that's been so much in our minds over the last few months. They've responded with some very good information talking about what the realtor brand means to consumers, and how realtors work with consumers, buyers and sellers, how important that work is, and how important it is to help buyers and sellers get to the closing table. So I think you'll be pretty proud of the effort, and these videos and updates are pretty well produced. I think you'll like them a lot. So please check those out. They should have been all in your inboxes last week. Now, before I go, speaking of inboxes, we publish a weekly newsletter here at SCR, and we know that every single week that there are members who either intentionally or unintentionally will opt out or hit the unsubscribe button when maybe they meant to hit the delete button. If you unsubscribe to the newsletter, you unsubscribe to all SCR communications. And if you are watching this video and you are not receiving our weekly updates, which would include updates on our SCR forums, industry news, etc., please shoot me an email or contact Mike here at the office, and he can walk you through the steps on what you need to do to opt back into our email and communications, because we don't want you missing out on any of the latest and greatest news in the real estate industry at home and across our great country. So with that, I am going to turn this back over to Mike, and appreciate your time this week. Be safe, stay strong, and we'll catch up again with you real soon. Take care, everybody.